Morning. Hey, Jolie.
Hi.
How are you?
I just got out of the shower, if you can't tell.
I saw the wrap.
I love these things though. They have like a hook in the back. I'm just trying to find a freaking shirt so I don't flash you guys.
It's okay. Titties are out, I guess. I mean,
You know what?
Kyla cracked
Sunday.
me up with her comment this morning. She looked like she was in some serious womanly pain.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
I mean, it was a video. I'm only assuming because of just how she was, but um, I know for me it's been rough. And I
It,
have Venus. She's been very active in both the T squares that are going on right now.
I
Because
know
my Venus is in Pisces at 28 degrees.
I've been trying to just like keep my shit together at home and not ruffle any feathers because I already know
Right.
I'm walking a tightrope. I'm like, oh, I don't know. So we gardened yesterday. We listened to some podcasts about Nyx and the history of her. And what else did I do? Oh, and I cooked. So
Nice. What'd you make?
enchiladas, it was my mom's recipe. It was the first
Yummy.
time making it since she's passed 2 years.
Oh,
I was just like craving some enchiladas. So they're pretty good.
nice, nice.
We
I had to
have
go to a funeral of one of my best friends all growing up. Her mom passed, and that was, oh, she's the type of woman that we all look, I don't know, me as a single mom, that was my goal. She was never let the world get her down. She was so sweet and genuinely happy and kind and giving and all the things. And she died kind of suddenly last weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm
Those are always so
sorry.
hard.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, Kyle, how are you feeling?
I was
Better.
gonna, I was gonna say you look good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shiny.
I got a little dressed up for today. Got a little dressed up for
Wow.
today. A special
well,
day.
Jolie and I both were decided that putting clothes on would be good.
I mean, that's
Barely.
up to you guys. You can't see me from the waist down, so
That is true. That
You
is
said
true.
dance, and I was like, ooh, no, I'm just kidding.
She's in the cheekies.
well, yeah, we're not gonna dance together on here today, but I want you to dance sometime today. We're gonna do a ritual today. We're
Yeah, I'm
Ooh.
super stoked about it.
Yeah. Yes. How is everybody? I feel better than I did, but fuck.
Thank you for your video answering me yesterday.
Oh, thanks
Um,
for asking.
yeah, it's I didn't realize literally it took me like until I saw your video and it all came through that I wasn't just having one. I'm not affected by the one T square. No, I've got both
Yeah.
natally.
Yeah. Oh,
And
so you have a
that's,
cross?
yeah, I sure
Yeah.
do.
Okay. Well,
You're
it's
the first
resurrection time,
person,
baby.
you were the first person that hasn't looked at me and gone, oh,
Yeah. I know that, and I will never look at you that way.
yes. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
How's everybody else doing? Oh, wow. Hi, everybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got a lot.
We have a party today.
Moonbeams, Jennifer, Jillian. Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing?
What color
The new
candles?
moon.
Oh,
What?
I was asking what color candle.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm not one of those.
Katie, do you have, you posted the um video this morning about Mars? Yep. I
Hi.
read that and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
Katie
I hope
posted a
she's
video
on
about
today.
Mars.
She
I can.
had said something about going under her house, and I was like, if immediately my ears perked. I wanted to know more about that.
Oh, last night, yeah, but you probably saw it this morning. Uh,
Yeah.
I. This is gonna sound bad. Um, I was avoiding. Okay, I inherited. Speaking of moms, I inherited my mom's house when she passed, right? And
Lucky.
so I have never been a home owner, really. And I'm terrified of
A
going under the
lot of
house.
people here
And
today.
I was putting off changing the filter for the air, and then we had to turn the AC back on, and my eyes have been not doing well ever since. So I had no choice. It was like actually impacting my vision, and I had to go crawl under the house. And
Oh,
I've
that's
been
my
sitting
worst fear.
here,
No,
yeah,
absolutely not.
in
No.
this tiny space because it's like a yeah, it's like a duplex, right? It's not a big. Oh my God, I've been terrified of it for like a year.
That might be the one and only time it'd be like, nope, too big, can't go.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's a boy
not too
job
big,
right
but
there. That's a blue job for sure.
uh I I couldn't. I mean, I don't. You can't even maybe see, but like especially, I have a bad eye. My bad eye was reacting terribly to whatever was
Oh,
happening with the air. So it was either I live in a place that gets really hot. It was either like
Die
continue to
of heat
suffer
stroke.
in one way or the other.
yeah. Ugh.
But now it's fixed. It actually was fine.
Yay.
I'm glad, but yeah. Woo. Hi,
It,
Carol. I saw in the message you're new here. Welcome. Hi, Robin. Hi, newbies.
Hi.
So normally we all like check in and chat and talk about the stars, and we'll do a little bit of that. Sometimes we've done some little rituals before. This one's really important to me. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of my witchy self. That's what Lilith was screaming this morning. She was like, bitch, because I got a little email because I've been saying the cross, and a lot of people are like, Lilith doesn't count. The goddesses don't count. You're doing bad astrology, blah, 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 blah. And I woke up to that this morning, but then like I immediately heard good. I felt so fucking good. I was like, good, get pissed off. Fuck off. Like I was like, you know what? And so I was like, let's just embrace this shit all the way. Let's just Lilith the fuck out. So yeah, anyway, that's me.
I'm on my way to give Hecate her offering of peanuts. So there's a people over here.
What was that? I missed that.
I'm on my way to her offering of peanuts with my
Ooh, nice.
crows. So I'm being chased down by my chickens.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, your cat's name is Lilith. I have a snake named Lilith. Does anyone
Oh,
have any like questions about this new moon and how it's hitting them, or anything specifically astrological wise? not a
know I
goddamn
talk a
thing.
lot.
Huh?
I said, I know I talk a lot, but I want to add an antidote
No,
to
I
me this
love it when
morning.
you talk. Katie,
Oh,
please.
good. Oh, good. But I want, so I'm trying to get ChatGPT to teach me how to, like code and program, for an astrology project that I have. And it was like, I gave it bare basic ideas and it was like, you should name this, you should call it the seed reader. Unironically, for this new moon this morning that I was up trying to work on coding.
Yeah.
That's not
And I,
ironic.
that's amazing. Just made me think of one of your videos.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Moonbeams, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing kind of like a hermit weekend to try to get all my stuff together.
Yeah.
There's an art show coming up in May. And it's in the like my hometown where I went to high school and everything. So that's gonna be like my first coming out like art thing. And
I'm so proud of you.
the theme is shadow.
Bitch. Bitch.
That would
Yeah.
be great though.
So
Yeah. And it's great for her
You're
too.
in because you're an artist, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
She is
Oh,
always.
Well, the painting is new for me. The drawing is new for me. I've played music most of my life, but anyway,
You artistic people piss me off.
and then
you're artistic.
with the music, I'm moving into the publishing phase, and the new moon falls in my ninth house, so I'm kind of doing all
Okay.
the seed planting for that. So I'm doing it.
The
I'm so
universe
proud of
is
you.
so speaking to all of
So
this.
I'm doing
Everything.
hermit
Wow.
weekend so I can get it all done.
Yeah. I'm trying to check
time.
on the people that I know this T square is literally fucking. And I know you're one of them. So glad to see that
Can you send us?
tension turning into a diamond. What?
Can you share pictures with us when you're done, or
Yeah.
like of the?
Can you share?
thing?
I've asked Moonbeams to share some art
I would love
before,
that.
and we haven't gotten any.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Oh wait, I want to see.
It's the Fool.
I don't know if you can see it, but
You should
Anyway.
post it. And
Oh my
what you got?
God, that's
Okay.
gorgeous.
Hi, Gemma. You're not late.
yeah, so
We're
that's
still
kind
chatting.
Moonbeams, you should take your art and make tarot cards decks out of them and sell it on Etsy.
that's the long-term dream.
Th-
But
Hey, Moonbeams,
I-
I got a million ideas for oracle cards and decks. Like,
I'm into that.
okay,
I
all
love
right.
it.
If you have line drawings, you can also sell them on Etsy as coloring sheets. That's really big right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
that's
that.
a good
Hey,
idea.
Reagan, how are you doing? Okay.
It's been a long one. Yeah, it's been a long one.
How are you feeling this, or do you feel comfortable sharing? You don't have to.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how to put it into words. It's Aquarius moon, emotions.
Yeah.
I've got a million things. I have a million opportunities on my plate, and I do not have the mental capacity to. So I feel like I'm like juggling 1,000 things, and there's just like bombs dropping around me, and just waiting for like that one thing to fall. And it's just been really difficult because my first reaction is to be like, no, bye. just push it all away and like hermit, and it's not really been an option. And so it's been like, oh, I'm gonna end up, I don't know. It's just been, and then just gurry and kind of explosive-y, and it's just been a volcano just kind of waiting to pop. And so uh mostly just trying to like take the weekend to not take everything so seriously.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be my house is destroyed. That's okay.
it's fine.
We have
It's
a
fine.
house we get to live in. You
Yeah.
know, like
Lived in houses are loved and well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And my emotional support cat here. And and by yeah, and she's not my emotional support. I'm her emotional support. But
Yes.
yeah.
That's my favorite.
But we're making it. We're doing it. And it's just been really hard because it's like the universe, and it sounds so crappy to complain about it, but the universe is like, here, do this, do this, do this. Here's an art show. Here's a opportunity. Here's something else you can do. Here's something else you can do. You're
Well,
you're in you're into
isn't that
this. You're into
crazy
this.
how like the end and the begin, like creation and destruction, like it is a
Yeah.
very much like a very thin line, and a, you know, that's been a common theme I've gotten from a lot of people. The world is kind of going to shit, but a lot of people are getting opportunities. A lot of people are leaning into their art, you know, like creation, destruction. They go hand in hand, and Taurus and Scorpio understand that.
And isn't that a Pluto to
I resonate
Aquarius
with that
thing?
so much.
What?
I was just
Allison?
saying, I totally resonate with Reagan was saying so much, because like I have so many things popping off at the same time that I'm like supposed to be preparing for other things, and I'm trying to figure out like where do I find the ebb and flow within the chaos. I'm having an 8th house moon transit, so but I don't know what it is. I actually feel fired up. I feel good about it. I feel like immense gratitude for the challenges that don't feel as challenging as they were the last time I went through them, even though they still have challenge to them. So I don't even know what to name the space I'm in. It feels chaotic, but at the same time, there's like serenity to it.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird. It is very weird.
It's weird. It's soupy. It's rough out there. Anyone else want to talk about this moon, or any questions?
I've been kind of thinking of all of these options and opportunities like a buffet, where it's like the universe is asking us to place new orders. And it's like, yes, it's all here on the buffet. That doesn't mean that you have to eat, pizza and macaroni and cheese. It's there if you want it. You could pick soup, but there's also a ice cream sundae bar over there. You don't have to eat the pizza.
Yeah.
Like maybe a universal push of like, what do you actually want to do?
Because like you used to want this pizza, but now you change your mind, you don't like pizza anymore. You want different stuff. That's fine. It is used to bringing it
that's
to
a really
you.
good way to put it. All of our
That's a
values
great way to put it.
We're changing on like such individual and societal levels. The world is a big buffet.
That's right. Also, I like buffets.
Have they come back since COVID? Are buffets back? This is a Taurus question.
There's one surviving Golden Corral in Oklahoma City. I can tell you that. We went to it not that long ago.
Okay, but what about sweet tomatoes? Does anybody have sweet tomatoes? It's like a salad bar buffet and pizza or something.
You're breaking my heart now because they closed all of them here in Florida.
No.
Sweet tomatoes?
Yeah, I was
Oh
gonna
my
say
God,
I
it was
thought
so
COVID was kind
Okay.
of ending that.
Yeah, I thought COVID got rid of the buffets. We don't have our Chinese buffets
We had
anymore.
a Sizzler to last year name, and that was it. Like we don't have any buffets. But we had a Sizzler in this state until last year.
Jen's cleansing
Oh,
us.
we have a Great Wall buffet in South Portland. Chinese food. That's it.
Jen, I haven't asked you. How's this cross nailing your booty?
I'm ready to burn the world down right at the moment. That's why I'm being quiet.
Mars and Leo. It looks good on you.
No, I'm ready to chop heads, and
okay.
Things been great, but I'm having a moment. I'll be
Yeah,
in my corner
you look
cleansing.
a little like, can I do anything for you?
Jen, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Hi. Well, it's so nice to see everyone. We got a lot of people today. Does anyone else have any questions or anything? Or just want to introduce themselves? This ritual won't take too long. But I do want to do it with you guys. So, anybody? Everybody ready to do a ritual, or you need a few minutes? Do you want to talk about this? Does anyone have any questions?
I would love to hear a un-TikToked compressed version of how you took it this weekend, the energy. As shortened as you can to fit into your schedule. Does that make sense?
How this energy affected me? You want me to like talk about my chart and how it worked?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I personally, if it's not, I'm respecting boundaries. It's just it's how I can when I
No,
can
that's how
understand
I
it
teach.
through.
I'm like I'm you're supposed to look at me. I'm like, look at the transits. Like I am nailed on this bitch. Mars ride me in my first, so it's my first house. So
Okay.
I've gotten a lot of, it's been good. I've had a lot of drive. I've gotten some things done. Fine a fuckingly. Like this, that Mars retrograde in the beginning of the year can go fuck itself forever. But anyway,
Yeah.
I, Mars in the first house is always weird for me. Like, uh, I've gotten some new glasses and stuff like that, but like, getting hit on more online and not like the normal, like, hey,
Oh my
baby, I want
God.
to be your sugar daddy. I've gotten really weird ones, like that guy who
The
said that,
boob
who could
thing was
understood with my boob in his mouth.
hilarious.
Like I've gotten like actual, like, but anyway, I got a lot of drive to figure out who I want to be, because also in opposition in Aquarius land, there's Pluto, and he's pulling on that, and he's saying, "Oh, but wait a minute." And so in the seventh house, I've been really refiguring out my commitments, where I put my energy. That's kind of changing a little bit. I'm really figuring out who I want to be, how I want to shine. Like, how I was talking about how I want to change how I do readings, because I want to do readings how I want to do them. Because this is also, it's all apexing in my 10th house. So this is how that T square is working for me. There's the
Okay.
opposite. So always break down big aspects. So a T square is just two squares. So an opposition and two squares. So first, the opposition, that's full moon energy. So you have Mars and Pluto doing that. They're pulling at each other. They're bringing everything out. They're at a dinner party. They think that they're having a conversation with themselves, but everyone could fucking hear it. It's all coming to the surface. And then you have two squares. So squares are Mars energy. Remember, they're push to tension, push to action. So in your wheel, we have the opposition and the two squares. And so that's how they're all manifesting for me. That opposition is at the base of it, and the Taurus and the sun is the apex. And so all of this change, all of this drive, all of this push and pull is coming up to the top. How do I want to present myself? How do I want to be known? How do I want to be remembered? Am I associating with the people I want to be with? Like, I'm like changing on all the levels, because it's all, again, in astrology, the wheel, the angles are always the big things. If you have transits in your first, fourth, seventh, 10th, the angles are the hardest. Those are the biggest. And that's why, so that's how.
So how does your fourth house weigh in on that?
So my fourth house is where I have a personal natal stellium. I natally have Mars, Pluto, and Saturn there retrograde.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
And the
you're,
goddesses are all up on them, all fucking up on them. Like,
and that's because it's rooted. That's where your roots begin, right? In the fourth house.
yes,
Okay.
the fourth house is the lowest point. It is the root, literally. It is the root that connects us all. It is our dark spot. It is who we are behind closed doors. Like, it is our lowest, not lowest, like
It's
in
the root of
that
the
way.
tree, the base of
Yeah.
it.
The 10th is your highest, your brightest, how you're known. Fourth is how we are behind closed doors. Fourth is what's personal, our family, stuff like that. So they are all down there with and so because I have things natally there, I am changing. Like, the goddesses are on Mars, and they're like, hey, bitch, what about me? Hey, hey, fuck, come on. Like, that's what I've been getting. Like, Lilith has been riding my IC and my Pluto. Like, she's been a whore, and I love it. It's been amazing. But she, like, So I'm getting it on all the angles. Personally, I am changing. I used to be really witchy and I kind of stopped for a bit, just focus on the stars. And now I feel the witchiness calling me the fuck back. Like it is. So, how do I present myself? How do I walk in this world? Who do I want to commit to that supports who I'm becoming and how I want to be and how I want to shine?
Mm. So
That's a
how,
lot of fucking dominoes, right?
right, right. Well, that's why I'm asking, because I'm kind of similar.
So,
My
what's your rising?
I'm Scorpio rising, and the only
Okay.
thing I have, but I'm a Uranus chart ruled uh person, because Uranus is at 22 degrees in my first. I'm
Okay.
a I have Aquarius sun, my IC Mercury at 29 degrees in my fourth house. Taurus and Chiron are sitting in my seventh. I have Leo in my 10th with my midheaven. And then I have a Virgo stellium in the 11th. And 12th, I have Lilith conjunct Pluto and my moon in Libra.
Okay. So, you are feeling this square, you're Scorpio. So that's where the goddesses are. So you might
Hmm.
not, but
I'm
then
not
you
as
have,
hard, heavy, deep in it. I don't feel that. I feel a little,
well, because it's different. So fourth house, like I said, it's deep, it's roots. It's like I am being connected back to like the primordial womb. First house is your person. Like it feels differently. Like it is more, I feel like that energy is more like I kind of embody them
yeah,
rather than they are churning me like butter.
right.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
So you
yes.
have that going on in your first. So maybe you are kind of transforming and leaning in, and you have Uranus down there. So when the goddesses get around there, oh boy, they're going to
Right.
be
That's
like,
what I'm,
come on. They're going to
yeah,
be like,
that's,
come on. So then you have Leo as your midheaven.
yeah.
So that's where Mars is. So do you feel comfortable telling us like what's going on with your job or career or anything
Yeah,
with
I
your,
mean, I was, 5 years, COVID ended my business. I was a photographer, owned my own
yes.
business. And then I went to school when I was 30. I finally figured out what I wanted to do. I went to college, whatever, got my nursing degree, didn't go for my boards because I couldn't. That wasn't where my head was. But in 23, I was finally able to obtain a job. I work with a national, oh God, I hate to say it now, especially, but insurance company. But trust me, I'm
We're not judging.
constantly
We're not judging.
putting, I know, but it's something I think I'm working on. That's my,
Oh, yeah, I can hear that. And
yeah,
that's
for
okay.
sure.
That's
That,
okay.
right. And then it, it's been a push and pull. I have a supervisor that wants to micromanage, and over the past 3 weeks, I have finally stood up for myself and said, hey, listen, I respect you as my supervisor, but how are you gonna try to counsel me or, micromanage me when you can't, you're not seeing that I've done all of the things, you know what I mean? Just basically saying, hey, I'm here and I'm not going to be your shitting post,
Yeah.
because I
So,
can feel she's definitely having something that obviously we're just employed, and
yeah.
she's my supervisor. I wouldn't know what's going on with her on a professional level, but I can see and tell there's something changing there. And I feel like I'm almost the mirror to her, but it's not working in her favor, but it's helping me kind of quietly and silently. But I've always been the one that, like, for example, I have ADHD, APD, and I have some. I mean, I guess would be whatever. I'm on the spectrum or neurospicy, however you want to deem it. But she gave me assignments and told the person that was training me to help train me on some things that I was ADHD. And so that's been mentioned several times during the training. And I'm like, whoa, now hold the fucking phone. We're not doing that. You're not gonna say I need training because I have ADHD. No. Mind you, I work with a lot of fucking Trumpers that triad wife shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's definitely the energy of the world is what they're trying to stand behind when no, we're not.
Yeah. So do you
So
see though how you're having like a Mars and Pluto opposition in your 4th and 10th, and
yes.
how it's kind of like a power play?
Oh
And
wow. Yeah. That you just put that all together for me. Thank you.
yeah. So
Holy shit.
yeah. So we'll always start with the base. And so those bigger aspects, I know they seem really, really too much, but just break them down. They're all little things. We understand oppositions, we understand squares. So we can understand T-squares, we can understand crosses, because we'll just break it down. But yeah, you're having a Mars and Pluto opposition in your 4th and 10th house. This is very much like a power dynamics. And then you're having Mars on the 10th. So sometimes Mars can come as a little bit more attacky, and that Pluto is down there saying, like, and you have your sun in Aquarius and
Yep.
Mercury. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's also a really transformative. This is time to really stick up for yourself, to understand who you are and lean into that. But yeah, that's where that's going. And so that would mean Taurus is in your 7th house. That's where this moon is. So I would
Yep.
definitely plant a seed of intention to help this partnership, to help the commitments around me in some way. That's what I like. So in all the energy is pointing up to where Taurus is, because that's the apex of it. But remember, the space left over is a lot of the times where we find the answer. The opposition is a lot of the times where we find, or the space left. So make sure you are being true to yourself. Like I said, those goddesses are going to get near your natal Uranus. So
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if this is just the beginning of you kind of breaking free and stepping into more who the hell you are, and not that you were ashamed of it, but like just, wearing that fiercely and proudly, like
Yeah.
seeing that.
Okay.
Does that
That's
make
awesome.
sense?
Yes, thank you. I have one more question, but it will be very quick. Is Pluto looked at as an elder kind of planet, or is he more of the new? And the reason I ask that is because with Pluto, the way I've always seen it is he comes in as the final. He's the final of that whole entire storyline. What is needs to go and is still lingering, he blows it up. Like he takes it, he clears it, because now we're starting a brand new cycle with, as far as like with Aries coming in. And maybe that's just because I have natally Pluto in my 12th. So that's kind of how I've always perceived it. And the reason I asked is because with Mars being in Leo, and for me, it's in opposition. I don't know if it even matters, but who would be the elder planet? Would it be Mars or would it be Pluto?
It's Pluto.
That's okay. That's because of the power or because
Um,
of what they represent. And does that even make sense or make a
I
difference?
think I smell what you're stepping in. But yeah, I mean, technically the generational planets, those bigger things, are bigger than the personal ones.
Okay. And Mars is personal. Okay.
Mars is very fucking personal.
Okay. Got it.
And you got to remember him as like a young hard on.
Right. Yeah. A college kid, Charlie Kirk type fucking idiots. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I know I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry, everyone.
Where's Jen? Jen's like,
It'd be nicer to
right?
Mars.
I'm flagged. I'm flagged.
I'm just kidding.
But
I was just kidding, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer has her smoke.
No, I have a hot.
Oh.
hot cocoa.
I have a question. Can you remind me what the goddess asteroids are so I can
the ones that
flag
we're
them?
talking about the ones that we're mainly talking about right now are the ones in Scorpio. So that is Black Moon Lilith. She's not an asteroid. She's an apogee. And some astrologers are really shitty about her. Like even on TikTok, a lot of astrologers are really weird about her. Hecate is in Scorpio, and so is Vesta and Juno. Vesta and Juno are retrograde.
Okay. Wanted to add them in my Astro Seek here so I can look.
Yes, absolutely. Any other questions or anything?
Hi, I'm new to the group, but I wanted to sort of comment and maybe get some insight on, you had mentioned that you were feeling the energy of it personally, bringing back your witchiness. And I've been a witch for 43 years, and I it's common for us witches to go through stagnant periods, spaces where we step back and we come back. And I've gone through a few of them. I'm actually coming back from one of my longest, and I think that has a lot to do with the um, narcissistic abuse I suffered several years ago, and I'm still. Hopefully, my Saturn's returning next month, and
Oh wow.
I'm
The crowning of the crone. Yes.
Yes, and my granddaughter is giving me that and my daughter, my first Saturn return, my daughter gave me the opportunity to relive the childhood that I didn't get to have because of abuse. And now I'm actually going to get to do it again with my granddaughter. She and I are really close. She's only 10 months old, but she's very precocious Gemini. But so my question is well, no, my comment is that, you were talking about how are we feeling about this? Yes, my witchiness is returning. Also, given, I just feel like this is just like setting the stage for my Saturn return next month. Like all of this has been building up and building up, and I kind of feel not necessarily, when you're building energy, there's like plateaus where you stop and then come and then stop, and this kind of feels like that to me. This isn't it. The Saturn return, at least for me, is going to be it when it comes into Aries next month. And my niece is getting married that day.
Wow.
So, yeah, I got a lot going on, and just like coming to this and new to this, new to you. I love, love, love all your work. And so I hope to maybe
Thank
join some
you. I'm
more.
so glad to have you here. What's your name?
Melanie. My name's Melanie,
Melanie.
but I go by Sitara or Star in the pagan community here in Texas. So,
Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here.
I will I'll be camera ready next time. So
It's fine. And besides, if you're camera ready, I call on you if I know you. So a lot of them have figured that out.
I'm really looking forward to this. So thank you for
I'm
putting
so
this
glad
together.
you're here.
Thank
What
you.
an honor.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else ready to do some ritual? Anyone else got any questions?
I don't have a seed, but I have dirt. Is that?
Huh?
I don't have a seed, but I got my hell dirt open. Do you think that's good enough? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not a stricty. I'm a very intuitive-y. And this moon is really all about that. So we want to get back into that. Taurus is the body. Taurus is enjoying the body. Aries is the spring up. He's the dandelion. I almost said something so gross. He's Katie got it.
Say it.
I don't know what to say. I wish some of you guys knew sign language.
I think Taurus and Aries have that in common a little bit, but yeah.
Well,
anyway.
they do, but Taurus is the heathen. Okay. Taurus enjoys shit. Taurus, we can make every little thing wonderful. And I think, especially with what's going on in the world, bodies are the resource. Bodies are the thing. And there's a lot of things that we can't control right now. So we're going to have to just do what we can. And that's the first thing, is getting back with our bodies. You guys know that it's what I always talk about, starting to track the moon, be in line with the seasons. They get us away from that, so we're not in tune with our bodies. This Taurus new moon, and with the Virgo South Node, it is the perfect opportunity for us to get back into our bodies, to understand, to get in tune, because our bodies are talking to us all the time. And also like living in pleasure is just like the most radical thing you can do right now in a fascist regime. So also, so Taurus, the bull, yes. So this is going to be I've written my whole Chiron series. I'm very excited about it. And Chiron, is the centaur. I am really into the centaurs in astrology right now. Chiron's one of my favorites, but we're really going to talk about how we just have this wound of like, we just don't want to be animals. Like, we don't want to admit that. And especially when Pluto's in Aquarius, this is when men just want to be God and think that it's totally separate from their animalistic selves. So the biggest thing that we can do in Taurus is understand that the animal in us is the divine. Like, it's all natural. And so like, and yeah, I could go on and on, but yeah, we got to get back to pleasure. We gotta, we got to do all the things. So any other questions or anything?
No, but I love that. My son is in Taurus, and it's my placement I've struggled with the most ever since I started learning astrology years ago.
Why do you struggle with it?
My son, I have an Aries. I'm a Scorpio rising. I have 3 planets in Aries. My Venus is at 29 degrees of Aries. At 29 degrees.
I get it.
And I have a Taurus sun.
Yeah.
So
I feel my Taurus sun, my Taurus and my Leo, I have always felt have been like the two wolves inside me. Like, I'm just this like emotional, dramatic, powerful person. But then my Taurus is like, shut up. Like, just shut up. You're so embarrassing. Like, just be a person. And it's,
Can you explain that? Because the Taurus sun and a Scorpio rising, why? And I guess because I'm opposite that, and I love Tauruses. Like, I feel so safe around them. So can you explain that because Katie, you're the opposite of me.
Yeah.
In that sense. Well, I mean, I don't have a sun.
Well, you have Taurus in your 7th house.
Right. So that's so I guess that's why.
Well, Katie, do you have anything in your 7th house besides your sun?
It's my son, and I mean, it's my descendant. It's, but I think I struggle with it because I have so much Aries energy, I think, and they're in conjunct. And also my Venus is the most dramatic, possibly. It's a 29-degree Aries Venus.
That's fun.
That's probably the core issue, right?
Yeah.
It does a little bit better, actually. You can go into the like decans, but it's still really dramatic and really fights against all of the things that Taurus like innately loves.
Yeah.
And
so
I
think is the core issue.
I just want to pop on and say, as an Aries with like a lot of Aries placements, as I've gotten older, I've become more comfortable with Taurus energy, but I really struggled with Taurus energy. For like most people in my life who were Tauruses, we would just like look at each other and be like, what is like, what? And I think it was just because they're so close, we're really close to each other. So I feel like there's kind of that, like, I love Tauruses and they love me, but there's like push and pull there. And then also just the same thing, like exactly what Katie was saying. It's just it's a different kind of, it's a more grounded, comfortable energy than I think that like being primarily fire.
Yeah.
And plus we bump heads. Aries wants to be right.
Yeah.
We're that first sign. We want to be right. We want to be, and then you come up across with Taurus, and
Taurus, no matter what you say, just is right. Like,
is right. Exactly.
What they know.
God, I know.
And so stubborn. And I now, as a higher being than I was in my 20s, appreciate that a lot more.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm a little bit opposite because I'm a Taurus that's so fiery, and my Mercury's in Aries. I love that fire. And but Taurus was hard for me. Like, but hard for me in a different way. Like I always feel like the Taurus for me was like the picture of what I should be. But I was just this crazy fucking wet cat, just mewing and fucking being insane.
You did not come off as a Taurus for me at all.
Me?
When I first, yeah,
really?
no, no, because I mean, I have a Taurus, two of my children. I have a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon for children, and I'm a Taurus Chiron. And you just were Spitfire. And I was like, this does not read like a Taurus to me. But then I found out your big three. I was like, that's fucking it.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
I'm a little bit faster. I'm a little bit of a faster bull.
Yeah. But like Reagan, we have that big Aries energy with the big Taurus energy in this house. So I was vibing 100% with what she said. I always relate to the Aries Taurus as an old married couple because it's just like you guys love each other, but you also love to hate each other at the same time. And that's like what we see in our house. Like you guys are both saying the same thing in different fonts. You do know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
exactly. That's exactly it.
I love
My
that
brother's
you say
a
that
Taurus.
because I get so upset at how Aries is portrayed with love. Aries are one of the biggest
Super
lovers.
passionate.
They are one
Yeah.
of like, you know, and that's why I think Aries and Taurus for the most part do really well. Like they are lovers. And so, yeah, I hate that Aries doesn't get seen like that. They are very stable. They are very committed. I mean, they're crazy for their partner.
They love hard, very hard and hot. And then Taurus can kind of ground them a little bit and like bring them in and make it more of like a stable relationship, I think.
Very stable. My daughter has a Taurus moon and I see it sometimes. Like we are very
I think so. And then I think also like placements come into it because I think Taurus moons and Taurus Mars are a lot of like what we hear about Tauruses and their stereotypes. Like I see that with Taurus moons and Taurus Mars. I'm like, oh yes, absolutely. That person is moving on their own fucking time. And they are right. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Woo. This is so much fun. I love having chats with everybody today. Anyone else?
You see me? Hi, Kayla.
Hi.
Hi. I'm new. You don't know me.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I have to actually like try to make eye contact.
Okay. I'm the one with the bag with the green screen behind.
Yes.
Hi.
Is it Gemma?
It's Gemma. Yeah. Yeah. It's nice to meet you. I'm so I'm fortunate to have found your page. I love your content and I thought that I would join your little ceremony here today. So
thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here.
I just wanted to say thank you. I'm learning as you all are I'm learning as you guys are all talking because I agree with most of what's said because I'm not that this matters. I have to give my credentials at the door, but like I'm I'm a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon and a Cancer rising. So
oh
yeah. Yeah, so the last like 4 or 5 months have been absolutely hell in a stick for me. So
yeah.
So and
I'm really glad you're here. But
me too.
Are you okay?
No, not really. I haven't been. No, I haven't been okay since November. I'm just starting to feel like okay enough to like try to function. I got fired from my job because I had a micromanager boss. Whoever that other lady was that has a micromanager boss, watch out for her.
Me.
She'll be out for your neck in no time.
She's been.
Yeah, she will because you're.
So when Mars and Pluto have an opposition in the air, like that is power dynamics. Like that is, people are feeling weak. People and when people do that, they fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, she was threatened by me, but anyway, I am on to a new training program because I'm going to change careers because I'm going to get the hell out of medical. Oh
God, I'm in medical too.
I'm getting the hell out. I've been in it for 25 years. I'm out. I'm done. Done. And I'm in Florida too.
That's a big deal for a Cancer double Taurus.
Gemma, you're in Florida with me.
I'm done.
Yeah.
We're proud of you.
I am.
What part of Florida? Do you
South
mind if
Florida.
I ask?
I'm a paramedic, so I'm in South Florida.
I'm in Central. I'm in Lake County.
You're probably in a better place than I am. I'm 15 minutes. I'm 15 minutes from Mar-a-Lago. is where I am.
Oh, that's more my sister who's a Cancer rising and my other sister who's a Cancer sun live.
So we've all been in hell together. We just don't know each
Yes.
other.
Yes. Let's talk after this.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. I love
Yeah.
to talk to people that are
Yay!
going through the same hell that I'm going through.
I
But
like
anyway,
it
Yeah.
when
Kayla,
people make friends.
I'm grateful
Yes.
for you, Kayla. You have no idea. I asked you this information yesterday in your chat, and I just decided to just take the plunge and come join you. So
Yay! Thank you. I'm so glad you did.
yes, me too. But no, not good. Making a career change, getting the hell out of medical, making a just making a total
Can I
career
ask
change.
you what degree your Taurus placements are at?
Ooh.
And it's okay if you don't know, but
so
Taurus went through a lot of changes. Who's in Taurus?
I brought it
Uranus.
I brought it up for you. Yeah, I don't like him very much.
Most Tauruses fucking don't.
I don't like him. I'm just getting to know him, and I do not like him.
Even talking about him, I like get, you know, when you have a crush on like a bad boy,
yes.
like on something that's totally wrong for you in
Yeah,
every way. That's my relationship with Uranus. Like I start talking about him, I get all red and I'm like, ugh. Like
that's my love life, what you just described there. So my sun is at 25. My moon is at 27 in Taurus.
Okay, so Uranus is ping ponging. Like he's at 24, 25.
Whoa.
So
are you sure
Uranus
is at 26 degrees right now?
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So what does that mean? Does that mean that just
what? That's all the changes, all the upheavals. Like Uranus likes to Uranus wants people to wake up, and he's just not the most polite about it sometimes. You know, he will rip things out from under you. He like
he's eccentric.
He's a pain in the ass is what he is. I mean, that's
he's very eccentric. But yeah, so my sun is 18 degrees Taurus, and I had him when I first went viral on TikTok, like as an astrologer, was when Uranus was over my sun. But I also like had to move houses and all this other crazy shit was going on. But it all broke me free and like figured it out. But it was just like the most insane fucking time. And then like retrograding, and so yeah. It's not easy. It's not for the weak. Uranus over the sun or the fucking moon. Like, good God, Gimp. Like, that is.
How long is this going to take before before he's away from me? Like, how long is this going to take before
Uranus don't move that fast. So, but you're away from the applying pressure. So that's better. So like in astrology, when anything's like moving towards, that's an applying. And it's more tense. Like a lot of times you'll see in my comments, I feel this a few days before or something like that. And it's because applying pressure is a lot louder. And afterwards, even though they're still close, they're separating and it's more of an integrating. But he moves pretty slow. But it sounds like you've had the impacts, the wake ups, the shake ups already.
I have, and I'm grateful that they're kind of behind me. I have one more question. Do I get to go through this again when he gets into Cancer? Since
with who?
Uranus?
Well, you ain't. You're not going to experience that. Uranus moves really fucking slow. It's okay, right?
Oh, hopefully, I'll be dead by then. I mean, will I be dead by then?
Oh shit, Katie.
I'm in medical. I'm sorry. We're very blunt by that.
Hi, hello. I don't mean to. How old are you? I don't think you.
Thank you, Katie.
Will you be alive in 14 years, roughly?
I'm going to be 56.
Or no, why did I say that? Sorry, 7. You will be alive. I was
maybe
when Uranus is in
thinking
Cancer.
About Neptune. When Uranus is in Cancer, it's going to be in Cancer. 2030s, 2032, 2033.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depends on what degree your rising is at. So it might be a little longer, but I I had my program pulled up and I was looking at Neptune, and that's where I was like, depends, because but no.
My rising, I think my rising, if I'm looking at whatever this little sign thingy is either it's at 9 degrees. The ascendant.
Yeah, you will be.
Oh, yay. Okay, good. Yay. All right.
But,
Well, at least I'll be more
that's
prepared
yours.
for it by then.
And listen, Uranus in the first house is another level.
I would say, I almost want to say that I think Uranus
Tell
probably
her, Katie.
does better in Cancer than it would in Taurus as like a
Well, yeah. I mean,
Cancer's
Uranus and
much more
Taurus
used
is
to
fascism.
well yeah, but so for example, like my favorite, the Constitution was signed, created, finalized when Uranus was at 29 degrees of Cancer. Cancer is much more used to moving around, doing things, switching things up, than Taurus is. Taurus has a much more difficult time, and it's on your chart ruler right now, or about to be,
Yeah.
27 degrees, and that's why I was like, "Are you okay?" It's just that was why, because it would be quite a struggle to just have things you know totally shaken up from what you've been used to for years and years and years, and from what you're comfortable with if you're a Taurus moon chart ruler. So
I'm getting used to the disruption. I'm trying to keep things as tied down as I possibly can, but I'm about to just jump. I'm about to do a cannonball into the disruption myself, because I'm tired of like forces against me. Yeah. So I'm about to just join it and just say, I'm changing careers. I'm just gonna go make more money, and I'm just gonna
be the bull.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I will be. Or
I believe it.
It's not people. Yeah. I'm
You're gonna be quiet. Yeah.
Yeah,
People
I'm gonna be quiet because
really nice, and we are until we're fucking not.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. And believe me, I want to go, and I want to just bump into my old manager and just be like, so how are things going? Because you're supposed to be under a deportation order, I think. So how are things going with you? Yeah, it's not beneath me to do that, since she got me fired from my job that I've been there for 4 years. So yeah, it's not beneath me to do that at all.
It's not beneath a Taurus to do a goddamn thing.
No.
Not bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I think of when I think Uranus.
Oh yeah.
In Taurus.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyla, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm doing I do a lot of my parental work through my kids' moon signs and trying to see where our nodes are. We have a lot of nodal oppositions in the house, like mirror work. But my middle kid's been going through it. They actually have their Mars in Cancer in the 6th house. They just went through that. They're a Taurus sun and Mercury at 28 degrees, but they're a first house Uranus with an Aquarius rising and moon in the first house. And I'm just looking for some advice, because they are really, they're also very neurodivergent. And I just am trying to help them ground, which should be natural as the Tauran energy, but they are struggling. And I just don't know if you have any advice around that information I just gave you. Because you just said Uranus first house is like a placement, and they have that.
And so what was that degree in Taurus? Uranus is on there. So
they're 28 degree sun, 28 degree Mercury in Taurus.
Yeah. So it's So it's almost impossible to ground when Uranus is on you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this child is a magical, curious,
and that's
enigmatic person. I love them for all of those things.
Yeah. How are they with because at that time, when the only thing I could do was just lean into the woo and what do they what are some because this is so you said they're an Aquarius rising
and moon. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a square. Hold on.
They're also an Aquarius Neptune as well. I'll throw that in. All first house. They're also an Aquarius Neptune, all first house. Listen, listen, we
I
had to
can't, what
we
the
made
fuck are you gonna ground?
no, I'm a
You gotta
Virgo
ground, you gotta
stellium.
figure out how to ground lightning.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to do. So one of the interesting things that they just decided is they're a creative being. They're
Yeah.
very artistic. They have the voice of Sandelphon. Like they are an amazing talent, and they just decided to dedicate themselves to getting a accounting degree. I was like,
Okay.
that's not what I expected at all for you to pick as your college degree. You
Yeah.
want to be an accountant? Hell yeah, I'll hire you first. But they are definitely avoiding responsibility, getting pulled into their guitar, getting pulled into their songs, getting pulled in, and like kind of like just like a wafer in the space. And so,
Yeah. Well, also,
they're
Neptune
sandwiched
involved.
by and they're sandwiched by their older sibling is a Scorpio stellium, Scorpio sun moon. Their younger sibling is an Aries sun Taurus moon, and they have been ping pong between.
They just don't have a chance.
No, they don't. I've been working so hard to break the middle child stigma so bad. But I think because my Taurus is in Chiron, I see them a little bit more of the wound.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to figure out like their biggest challenge. Again, they're autistic, so like their verbiage, the dyspraxia, speaking up for themselves has been really hard for them.
Yeah.
So I've been finding myself doing it for them, but I'm trying to do that less and encouraging them to find that.
Yeah.
However it sounds for them. But I just didn't know if you had any sprinkles of advice to help me as their parent kind of make this easier than it's not.
Yeah. If you want to send me a picture of their chart,
sure.
I will. I'll definitely give you a little write up. Because with Neptune involved, like he has to kind of fall apart before he can come back together. Yeah. So you're feeling the things, but you recognize so we'll talk about it. It's not gonna be easy like that. No, but that kid
I think it was.
You know, we just gotta lean into that.
Okay.
We just gotta figure that out. We gotta have him ground in like the ideas. Yeah. You know, in his brain.
I just want to say what an Aquarius thing to do.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. And
well, they gotta figure it out.
What is the one thing people would expect least of me? Accounting. And that's where I'm going.
No, for sure. They're like,
are you really going into accounting?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also want to say, as someone who worked accounting for 10 years, does he like puzzles?
They're non-binary, so they're they. Okay. But
do they like puzzles?
They love puzzles. In fact, by 6 months old, they were completing puzzles and drawing complete circles. Like what?
Tell them to do forensic accounting.
But didn't talk. Like,
Tell them to get into forensic accounling.
They'll
so adore it.
Because their Scorpio sibling, she's a Scorpio sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus, all first house. Libra rising, and she's like, you should do forensics. I love forensics. You should do that. So I will buff that up for them too. But just very interesting person. We had a lot of conversations in utero. They weren't sure if they wanted to even come here. That pregnancy was very touch and go for the whole entirety. A lot of chronic health the first 10 years of their life that really struggled to stay earthbound. Yeah. So but they are potency. They have so much to offer and give. I just don't want them to wait too long and miss their opportunities because of their placements, really. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't so that's the one thing though, like they're not going to miss opportunities. Right. Like, I was really worried about that with Cody, but like I said, the more I let him lead, the more I'm like, oh, okay, it's a different path. It's a different drummer. But you know, he's getting it.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm an Aquarius South node with that Chiron and Taurus, so I definitely feel like we are supposed to work together. Yeah. But where I find it interesting is their true nodes in Aries in the second house, so they are gonna make some cash. They are. Yeah. I just don't want them to think that they have to do it traditionally, and I think they struggle with that. Yeah, and that's why right now is all that is falling apart, breaking free. Like he's got to figure out in his head or in their head, excuse me, what they want. Yeah. So I will definitely shoot you their chart. I
Yeah,
appreciate any feedback
for
because I think
sure.
that they are hoping to catch their breath.
Yeah. I get it. It's so hard for me when it really hits the kids. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Our other two kids are like in good places right now. Like we've had some really tough walking to do with them. And so it's my middle child tried to hide as much as they could in between those two very
yeah,
hard siblings that were determined to be seen at all times.
yeah,
And so it's been a progressive work for both my wife and I to ensure that they're being seen and heard and supported, but they don't make it easy. So I appreciate
yeah,
the feedback and I will shoot you that chart and
yeah,
so thank you.
absolutely. Yeah. And you guys, any of you can do that with me. I'm always here to help. You guys ready to do a ritual?
I am, but I also wanted to say hi really quickly. Can you see me?
I'm looking for you.
I don't know where I am.
Hi.
Everyone else says hi. I'm Lady. Someone sent me your video this morning about this new moon, and it resonated with me so intensely that I just went down a very rapid rabbit hole to find this. So that's why I'm here. The last 6 months of my life have been awful, horrible, but then also like just like I've been hearing other people talking about, like these really, really rough times and upheavals that are turning into opportunities and huge, massive life changes and things that I did not plan.
Yeah.
It should actually be really great when they finally come into fruition. We're in a little bit of a holding pattern at the moment, but yeah, everything you said just made me go, oh yeah, let's rise, let's go, it's time. I'm tired of everything that has been, time to like turn over a new leaf, phoenix out this bitch, and like make some big shit happen, like get that stuff going. I'm a Cancer, Aries.
Ooh.
Yeah, I tell people I'm like boiling water basically. I'm not like the crying Cancer, I'm the cut a bitch Cancer,
Listen, there's not a lot of cry cancers. Like they're just fucking isn't. That's
I know
another
one of them, and bless her. But
oh
yeah.
my god, someone typed war crab, and that's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Sorry, Cancer's in my 12th house, so
yeah, I don't know a ton about the houses and stuff. I'm still like learning a lot. But I checked my chart when I saw the video earlier, and Taurus I don't have any like planetary placements, but it's in my second house, which apparently is what good for like money and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's exactly where I am right now. Yeah. Let's go. I'm super ready.
Well, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is great. I'm gonna have to make this a weekly thing.
Hey, yeah, because honestly, learning astrology is a lot easier when you can talk about it. Absolutely. When you can see it. And sometimes we look at charts. I would today, but I just want to do this ritual. I don't want to keep you guys too long because I feel like I do that because we can just chat forever. But yeah, it's a lot easier to learn when you're talking about it. It is a language. If you don't use it, you lose it. So just talking about it a little bit, I think helps so much because you're looking at a chart and it's a 2D thing. And this is very much a 3D, you're trying to think about all these things that are spinning on 3 different, there's a lot of shit. So it's a lot easier when you start talking and connecting dots and seeing like, oh, this happened in my first house and this is how it looks on me. And oh, Jen said this happened and it's happening in her 10th. That happened at work. Oh my gosh, that makes a lot of sense to me. Because the houses, I think, are one of the hardest things to grasp. But maybe that's because of my autism. I was so literal whenever I was like, what houses? What are you talking about? And no one ever like explained that they weren't actual fucking things for a long time. But they're these ideas. And so I, as a Taurus, had to like physically do certain things like, oh, the moon's in my first house, so I'm going to do something physical so I could start like learning and processing. But once I got the houses, I was like, oh shit, this makes so much sense. And then I got transits and all that stuff. But I don't think I would have gotten it if I didn't like have friends and I didn't journal and didn't chat with. So That's what we do. And I want to do it more too. I've been talking to some of you about some things, and I'll do more of that too. Anyway, anyone else before we ritualize? Oh. And you don't have to have your videos on. I might turn mine off too. I don't know. But yeah, I don't need to see you. We're going to do some breathing exercises, some visualization. So get comfy, start feeling your body. I'm going to figure out my stuff. I'm going to make sure Kodiak is fine because I'm not having him interrupt this. So I'll be back. Okay. And if you don't have like something that I say, like think about like symbolic, like metaphoric.
I mean, I guess I planted the seed with my program this morning accidentally, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But now we can nourish it a little bit. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna light my candle that I made for this. I should get my frog. That frog I found this morning was fucking weird. I kind of want to go get him, but I'm not going to.
I love that frog, and I want to talk about weird things that have happened to us this week after we're done with ritual.
Yeah, it's been weird.
It's been weird.
Okay, everybody comfy? Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn off my video because I'm going to participate too. If I can figure it out. Okay. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. I'm going to figure out my life one day. Today we gather not to just set intentions, but to remember what has always been ours. Our bodies, our pleasure, our power, and our ancestral wisdom. We're here to reclaim abundance from the inside out, to plant what is sovereign, to pull our truth from the well. So for the next couple of minutes, I want us to breathe together. It doesn't have to be in sync, but the idea is I want us to inhale deeply. And I want us to inhale the idea of sovereignty. And then when you exhale, I want you to exhale shame. And I want you to exhale and let yourself shed as much shame as you're willing to shed. Okay? I want you to feel it. I want you to remember times that you were shamed for your body, for taking up space, anything. And I want you to release it. We are giving our bodies back. We are getting them back. That shame that shackles us and it is breaking. Okay? So inhale. Sovereignty. What does that look like? What is sovereignty? Exhale. All the shame. All the shame. Let it go. Let it all go. That's not yours to carry anymore. That's not yours. You are yours. Last one, let's do together. Inhale, sovereignty. What does that look like? What does that feel like? Release that shame that is not yours to carry. Fuck. Okay. I've made this little special candle for everybody. Everyone knows that the flame at the beginning, the hottest, has the blue, okay? Neptune at the 0 degree in Aries is very much that blue flame energy to me. If you've ever done like big witch ceremonies, especially with older witches, a lot of them cast their circles with the blue flame. And we are going to do that today. And a lot of the times the witch will draw the circle and she'll ask the others to connect with it, to find the blue flame that she has put around the coven, the circle. I do not do that. We all have a blue flame inside us. Everybody has Vesta somewhere. And a lot of you here have her in very, very important places. Okay. We all have a blue flame within us. What I want you to do is I want you to find that blue flame. And I want you to breathe and I want you to push it out. We are going to join. We are going to circle just as our ancestors and the ladies before us have. So find that blue flame that lives inside. And a lot of times people will say, like, imagine it, visualize it. I say find it because it is there and you can see it. It wants to show itself to you. Where is your blue flame? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to join our flames. We are casting a circle, even though we're over the internet. This to me is I want you to be very much in your body, what you feel when we do this. Because like I said, this has been a practice that has been done since Vesta actually roamed the earth. Women finding the blue flame, them encircling themselves and protecting themselves in the spirit of the blue flame, in the spirit of the purification, the consecration, okay? So find your blue flame and I want you to push it out. Push it out from your heart. Push it out and then give it. And then be ready to receive. I'm always in awe when this first happens. Not to be gross, but this is like as intense as sex to me. Our energies coming together to protect. And also it's not just ours. This is our ancestors are behind all of us. Everyone, can you feel the woman who's standing behind you who has done this in your lineage before? She is right there, so happy. So happy that you're here and that you've showed up for yourself. There have been so many people that have had to walk for you to be here. The circle has been cast. I now call upon the north, the bones, the roots, our ancestors. I now call to the south, the spark, the fire of embodiment, the vision. I now call to the east, the breath, the beginning where we were all born whole, and the west, the waters of time and memory where we return to our well. Now I'm going to call in the goddesses, and I want you to take note of what you feel when I call them in. Okay? We first call upon Lilith, the unowned and the untamed. We call upon Hecate, for her to meet us at the crossroads, for she holds the lamp and brings us the key. We call upon Juno, protector of the feminine and the sacred contract keeper. And last, but certainly not least, we call upon Vesta, the flame of the inner temple, the flame that resides within all of us. Goddesses, we ask that you be with us and guide us as we plant what is true. Help us to alchemize our pain into fuel. So now this is going to be a little journaling time. Either pen and paper, or if you just want to think, if you just want to meditate. I'm going to ask a few questions. What has been stolen, shamed, or silenced in relationship to you and your body? Where have you been told that you are too much or not enough, or that you're just a thing, property, not worthy of rest or joy or pleasure? What does true abundance feel like inside your body? I want you to describe it. Remember, we've talked about feelings. Like, what does a full yes feel like? What is, you say yes with your whole soul? What does that feel like in your body? Where do you feel it? What comes up? What does abundance feel like? When we are manifesting, we have to feel. That's why Taurus is so good at manifesting, because they allow themselves to feel, connect with that feeling. If you've been super happy before, super lucky, and you can always connect back to it, bring that feeling back. It's all, we can reach it at any time. It's yours, okay? And what are you planting now? And not for anyone else, but just for yourself. Get it all down and out. Taurus loves anything physical. He loves it when we write things down and say, this is what we want. Okay, everybody get your bowl of water. I want you to hold the bowl of water. I want you to look into it. I want you to see your reflection. And I want you to say to yourself, I want you to talk to you. This is your well. This is your source. No one owns this but you. And do you see anything else but you? Do you see any symbols? Do you see goddesses behind you, ancestors behind you? What is in this bowl is yours. It is your source. Nobody owns it. This is yours. I need you to know that anytime you want to look into the well, you will not be alone. Remember this, the Sabian symbol of this new moon is the ancestor well. This is the well, the cup that we are all connected with. So if you need to remind yourself that you're not alone, remember to look into your well. How many people have walked so you can be here today? How many people have loved, have fought, have died so you could be here today? That is fucking power. If you have a candle, please light it. Let this flame be your will. Let this fire guard your boundaries and ignite your becoming. Stare into that flame a little bit. Connect it with our flame and your flame. Now take your seed or symbolic item or whatever you have and hold it to your heart. And I want you either whisper it, say it telepathically. What you plant now is sacred. What you plant now is sacred. What you plant now is sacred. So right now, if you just want to symbolically plant a seed, what are you planting that is for you and is sacred? Because every part of you is sacred, especially the animal part. Repeat after me in your mind or aloud if you wish. My body is my temple. My abundance is rooted within me. We're going to say that again. My abundance is rooted within me. I reclaim my well. I reclaim my well. I plant my truth. And I rise in my sovereignty. And I rise in my sovereignty. got a little mantra that I'm going to post in the Patreon for you guys if you want to keep it for the month of May for Taurus. From root to sky, I rise. From bone to breath, I know. I am mine. I am whole. We just got to change our thinking. We got to change that tape. We've been lied to. Goddesses, please help me bless my Patreons with this last blessing. May your roots be deep and your seeds be wild. May your power be yours alone, never bartered and never broken. This moon blesses your sovereignty. May your well always flow. Thank you to all those that walked before us, and thank you to all that shared space with us today. Blessed be the guardians, blessed are the goddesses, and blessed are the church attendee glories today. I pay honor and homage to this circle. I now close this circle. It is closed but not broken. Take your little blue flame black. Take it back. Put it back. And I want you to remember that any time that you need to do things where you're a little bit scared or nervous or don't feel very secure in your body, I want you to remember the blue flame, this circle. It is yours. You can always access that moment in time where you are protected by everyone here. What we're going to do is feed that fire over. That's basically what we're going to do. But yeah, if you guys want to take a few minutes, I'm going to check on Cody and come back and see if anyone wants to share anything. But thank you all so much. I am very honored to share space with you all, and your energy was magnificent. So I'll be right back.
Can somebody tell me the last two goddesses that she spoke of in the circle? Because I was too vibey to remember.
What was the question?
I was too vibey. Like I was getting so much imagery that I kind of forgot. So it was Lilith, Hecate, then who was
Vesta and Juno. And I'll post everything I said in the Patreon if you guys want to look at it and go back to anything. I'll post it. But yeah, does anyone want to share a seed intention or what they felt or
mine was
anything?
Wild.
I hope this doesn't come across the wrong way, but I yawned a lot. Is that I don't know if that's normal. I don't know. I just yawned a lot. And when you said Lilith, I took the sharpest, clearest breath inhale when you said her name. So
yeah.
Yawning is bringing more oxygen into the body, by the way. That's what that biological mechanism is when you yawn, you're bringing more oxygen into your body. So that could be it. You're just feeding it. You're bringing it in.
Cool. Awesome.
My flame just flickered a bunch, so I think she was telling me,
Oxygen burns fire.
What?
My wife said oxygen burns fire.
Yeah. My flame just flickered a whole bunch. No, I'm going to be completely honest. I've had like the worst 4 days, and I've been solo parenting, which when when my husband's out of town, and so like when you have an autistic kid, and it can be a lot. And so and she was out of school for 2 days. It's been a lot. It's been 4 days of just nonstop stuck in the house. It's rain, everything's going, and I've been having like all of this like back and forth of like I have all this stuff I want to do, but I can't do it because I'm getting interrupted, and everything's just happening, and it's just been a ton. So I haven't looked at anything. I wasn't even aware of like what we needed for the ritual today. I hadn't read anything. And then like as we were going through it, I was like, oh, this is like you said, Vesta, and I was like, I need to check what my Vesta placement is. She's in my 6th house. She's on, she's literally conjunct my natal Uranus. Like she is like right there. And I'm like, oh, you can't do your art project you want to do, or you're feeling really crappy health wise, and you feel like you're sacrificing your body and your mind and your time. And here we are doing this. And what do you want to plan? Oh, I want to prioritize my health and my boundaries. And I want to, you know, make sure that we have sovereignty. And what's sovereignty to you? It's self-determination. I'm doing what I want to do. If I'm making a decision, I don't want to feel like I'm putting myself out. You know, you can't pour from an empty cup. I don't want to be emptying my cup for someone else. I want to make sure that I'm doing talking. Yep. Yep. I'm doing talking. Give me 1 second. Anyway, so this was really nice and really powerful. And once again, the universe saying like, hey, shut up and just go do something real quick. And just following the universe's vibe of like, hey, you may not know what's going on, but the universe is pushing you in this direction.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what I needed today in this moment. So
I'm so glad. I don't want anyone to feel like I want you to like just you never have to over prepare. I just want you to be present. And so I'm so grateful that you were here, and I knew it'd be powerful. You all feel I feel so much closer to all of you.
I was not prepared either because we had other plans today and they fell through. And I was like, do you want to join Kyla's church? Let's go. So I was not prepared, and I haven't done circle work in so long that this was pretty powerful. That when you asked to journal, I was like, I have to write down everything I just experienced, like right now.
Yeah.
I'd love to share it if you're open to hearing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm a Virgo stellium. This bitch is not a crier. I don't cry. I'm working on it. But immediately upon just releasing to your voice, to your energy, and like to the what we were doing, when I inhaled the sovereignty, immediately upon my first release, I was bawling. Like the tears were just coming out of my face. And with each inhale, I started to feel this potent wind. I saw myself in a field with long grass, the perfect temperature day, and each wind got more potent. And all I could resonate with the potency of the wind was the same as the warmth of the womb. And that's how I felt encapsulated in that moment. And I just felt my body just releasing and relaxing. I felt my shoulders like losing that tension. And then it was so just intuitive to me because before you called upon the Vesta blue light, after this is done, I just placed my hands on my heart. And immediately I felt the pulsing of the blue light of Vesta under my heart from my hands, getting bigger and bigger, so big that it started to drip down into my sacral chakra. And about, I don't even know, after you're like, and it's like sex, I was like, hell yeah, it's dripping there right now. Like I could see it like molten blue, just dripping down into my sacral chakra. And right before you called upon the ancestors, my grandmother, who died when she was 95, she was a super powerful little lady, came and grabbed my left hand. And right before she grabbed my left hand, I heard Care Bear stare. You stay grounded and amplify your Care Bear stare. And that's what I felt the circle was. So you were all Care Bears in my little hood. But when my grandmother grabbed my hand, it was like a sonic pulsing wave of blue energy coming from the two of us into the circle. And it felt so potent. And then when you called upon the goddesses, as soon as you said Lilith strutted over to me, grabbed my right hand, and was like, hey, girl. And then Hecate stood directly at 12 o'clock and just looked at me with like determined and connected eye contact and almost with a smirk. And I'm very comfortable with those two. And I think that's why I haven't worked with Vesta or Juno very much. So Vesta stood at like 10 o'clock. They were coming into the circle with us. Like you guys were all in the circle, but they were moving people out of the way to get their position.
Yeah.
So like Vesta stood at 10 o'clock and Juno stood at 7 o'clock. And I was just like, okay. And I was just like rippling with the potency of everything. And I haven't done circle in so long. So appreciative that's the universal aligned today. And holy shit. Thank you.
So thank you so much. I had the ritual planned, but this morning I had a lot of pain. I did not feel good, and I like danced it out. And I had like an exorcism purge. I like threw up. I cried. Like all this stuff came out, and it was like, girl, it's time to do fucking circle. Like it is. Like I think I've been kind of worried about how it would translate because they are so powerful. But like you guys saw me, I stumbled. Like I felt you all, and I'm. It's such a gift to me that I could circle through here. Like that's always what I've like wondered. So thank you. But yeah, all that like Lilith was like, 10th house, you gotta start showing your witch ass, motherfucker. And like I was like, oh, okay, all right, let's fucking do this. So, but yeah, thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, I'm now going to get to know, Vesta and Juno more. Apparently Vesta's in the same placements as my Venus and Juno's in the same placements as my Virgo stellium, first house stellium. So I need to get to know them.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to talk a lot more about them, especially Juno, Vesta, Ceres, and Pallas are the four goddesses of the transformation bridge. So, and I'm kind of working on a workbook to kind of help you guys see like which one and what place and how they want to help transform.
So yeah. So my Pallas is in the same as Chiron, so I'm going to listen to you on that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to shut up now and let other people talk.
Anyone else like to share?
Yes, I'd like to share as a newbie here, Melanie.
Hi, Melanie.
Hi, yeah. So I don't know if you TikTokers like coordinate. Y'all probably don't. But there's a TikToker I ran across. She posted some stuff last week. It's part 1 and 2, and she's going to 3. It's Voodoo Bay. And she's a voodoo and she posts some of her voodoo stuff, but mostly she posts anti-patriarchal stuff. And back in my day,
did you say Voodoo Bay?
Yeah, BAE.
Okay.
Voodoo
I'll look them up.
Bay.
I don't know them.
Look her up. She's amazing. And she posted 2 parts of a 3-part series on a very anti-patriarchal. And she's talking about the sacred alchemy of creation, that we women are that. And see, back when I was in high school, we didn't even know about some of these concepts. Was that the mitochondrial DNA, which is the spark of life, passes from mother to child infinitely. So your mitochondrial DNA does not have, and that's the spark of each cell, does not have anything from the father. It's only from the mother. And so when you were talking about getting into our body and reaching back to our ancestors, now I've reached to my ancestors before in ritual. Like I said, I'm a 43-year witch. That's not a thing, but I rooted my visual in my mitochondrial DNA, and it was just very powerful. Sorry,
I love that.
It's been a few years since I've had a good ritual, so yeah, just rooting that into my mitochondrial DNA. And as a result, if you think about it, because our mitochondrial DNA is passed on from mother to daughter, mother to child, but especially women, I can trace my mitochondrial DNA back to the first woman, and so can all
Absolutely.
of you. And that is how we all connect. And so it's not just spiritual woo-woo. It is physical. It is
real.
Sacred biology. Yes. It is totally real. And it's I guess that's this cycle of this return and this cycle of my coming back into my power as a witch. that's a new layer that's been, you learn new things, you grow into new things, and that's a new layer into, I think I'm moving into back into my cycle of earth energy. I've kind of seen some of the cycles that I've gone through as a witch, going through each of the elements, and I think this one's my earth energy, and this is like really physical, like down. And then if you also think about it, and this is going to blow y'all's mind, string theory talks about how when you have two molecules that connect to each other, there is a that have ever been within the presence of each other, there's a connection no matter the distance. So if you think about that molecule of mitochondrial DNA, we are always connected, always. So anyway, that's what I want. That's what I got from it. It's very, very.
Thank you so much for sharing
deep
that.
for me.
That's what you said it at what I was,
yeah,
evoking. So thank you so much. And as you were speaking, our candle went fucking insane.
Awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry. Did we lose Jen? Anybody else want to share anything? And you don't have to. Please don't feel like you have to.
My candles flickered as well when you were talking about the gods, but it was not Hecate, it was the one after her. I was like, oh, hello. I was like, you're new. I haven't met you before. So that was cool. I burned my notes though after I was done writing.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with your notes. I like to burn mine too, but yeah, I'm gonna bury them though.
I was gonna bury my ashes.
Yeah.
Okay, glad that was on the right track.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I found a flower.
You found a flower?
Yep, in the middle of while you were talking.
Whoa.
Hmm?
When do we blow our candle out?
You can blow it out whenever.
Already? Okay.
Yeah. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I will be in my garden planting because it is warm. It is 80 today here in Oregon, which is atrocious.
Yeah, it's here.
We have onions planted already and garlic, and my blackberries and raspberries are coming in, and my apricot tree is finally giving me fruit this year. So very excited about all of it.
Yay! Well, that's awesome. You'll have to show us sometime.
Oh, anytime. Happy to show it, but I'll show it when it's a forest. So,
nice.
Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna post this, but I'm gonna post the thing if you guys want to share anything else or later on today. I'd love to hear it. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Hi, Holly.
Hey, I'm sorry I'm so late.
It's okay. I'm glad to see your face, though. I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, we went to the farm this morning for harvesting, and we got there and realized that harvesting is next week, not today.
Oh, damn.
So we went and spent a few hours in my elder's food forest garden working on our next crop of like carrots and whatnot. And so I have a giant bag of garlic chives that we cut down.
Nice.
I asked in the chat what houses other people's money because so the main elder today asked me to be her heir.
Oh.
Eighth house.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the new moon. I'm a bit shocked, but yeah, that's my news.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
She's like, you can have my paid off house and my land and everything in the house because like her and all of her sisters, none of them have children. So they don't have anything to leave their stuff to. And she's like, would you be my heir? And I'm like, oh my God, I would be honored to be your heir.
Aww.
Just some random woman I met on the Nextdoor app a couple of years ago.
Wow.
And I've just been helping her in her food forest.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm a bit stunned.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a good new moon.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
What, Katie?
I was wondering if the new moon was in her 8th house. I don't know what your rising sign is.
My rising is Sagittarius. Where's the new moon? In Aries?
And Taurus.
In Taurus. That's my 6th house with my Chiron.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, the 6th house has some ties to mentorship and things like what you're sort of describing with the woman, and then
duties and labor. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I
But
basically
also in
work
in
And
ancient
servants.
astrology, 6th house is known as, you know, a very karmic. 6th and 12th were the very karmic, where, you know, so in Vedic astrology, I bet they'd be like, yeah, oh shit.
Yeah.
I like the 6th. I think it's a little I think it's more complicated than we give it credit for, but I've read it's associated with like mentorship. So if she
Yeah.
feels some way, sort of like your aunt or your mentor or something like that, that could be part of it that shows
Yeah.
up.
I
Also,
consider her like a chosen elder of like my chosen family now.
yeah.
And
And I
daily
think that's
routines and
She
like,
even said today, she's like, you could be my adopted daughter. Yeah, I've had to like hold back so many tears already this morning, and it's just noon.
well, that's beautiful.
So I'm gonna go have a good cry in the shower and wash off the farm.
Yeah. I'm gonna wash off my makeup and stuff. I had so much fun with you all today. I'm gonna post it, and let me, if you have anything to share. I really liked doing that, and I'd like to do more of that. If you're
I'm so
down.
sorry I
So
missed it.
I know I could, but I sent it out to you, Holly.
I was
and
thinking about y'all the whole time I was in the garden.
I
Like,
felt you. I felt you. But everyone, have a really blessed new moon. Plant those seeds. Resurrect from that cross. Bye, everybody.
Bye.